Welcome back to another video, everyone. Today, or I should say this week in UVS is about the last 10 days since the last one, or a week maybe, I don't know. So we had I had a big week this week for UVS. Starting on last Sunday, so like a week ago, I went to Brass City Games in Lake Villa, Illinois, and played some fun games with their locals. They're a small group, about 4 to 5 people. I was just checking out a new store. So I threw like every deck I had: Lady Nagant, Rodan, um, Toga 3, Mount Lady. Every deck I had, I just played a different person. I played a new deck. So yeah, but that was cool. Yeah, it was good. Good meeting those guys. Just it's a kind of a drive for me. It's like an hour, 20 minutes. So it's probably like a once a month type stop. Sorry, everyone in Lake Villa, but yeah, it's just a bit of a drive. So and usually my Saturdays are reserved for cards, and then Sundays are reserved for house stuff. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we can get them out for the case event at Boar's Hat at the end of the month. Um, that would be great. Then on Tuesday, we had the band and errata list for August drop. I'll put a card up in the corner somewhere, and I'll remember to do it. Unlike the last probably video, I forgot to say I'd put a card up in the top, and I forgot to do it. So we went, that nothing happened. There were no changes, no erratas. So, which much to the chagrin of everybody else, later in the week we had the day one errata. For Attack on Titan. But first, we went to locals. Like I said, was gonna play my Lady Nagant deck. Yeah, it is not very good. I don't know like if it was just the decks I was playing against, but I struggled to draw cards, which I have a pretty fair amount of draw in the deck. And then yeah, like she's lacking a whole lot, unfortunately. I figured this is what was going to happen, like against higher caliber things. I even fought against a Kirishima 2 deck that was just more efficient, and um, herself to debuild as a 2 difficulty attack. I think it would have been better if it came out of her hand because it replaces itself, or clear it, or just a different factor. Excuse me. She is a lot of fun to play, though. She is neat, but she's just lacking altogether. But on the flip side, I'll put the Lady Nagan deck in the comments below. On the flip side, we did get to test out my standard Ymir deck, which is awesome. She is so much fun. It was like a complete flip side. Um, her whole gimmick is to burn herself, take some damage, get down enough, and then with Jaw Titan, when you build a foundation from your card pool, or someone has 9 or more foundations, you transform her, and you get to go to town. Um, the big wombo combo in this deck is Immortal Shapeshifter, and that's pretty much it. Like, there's some other things that gain you health, like Refreshing Blend, Rejuvenating Smash, um, like Energy Suction out of the card pool, draw, and Shameless Haggler also gains you health. So there were times where I would go in and I hit double digits. Like I hit 15 and 16 a couple times, and it's just crazy. Like she just loads on damage. So the real gimmick is surviving your opponent's turn 2 and turn 3. Why am I so tired? It's only 9:30 in the morning. Um, but you're able to really go in hard. Like you can really use your life total as a resource, because once you get to the flip side, you're just gonna gain a crap a ton of health. Um, so like the real big hitters are Canister Creation Strike. It allows us to build in our 1-diffs. It allows us to get rid of our 1-diffs for Immortal Shapeshifters or new training methods to drop in our carbo loadings. Jaw Jammer is the best attack in the deck. It ends up being like 20 plus damage by the end of the turn. Um, it's really cool. Like you just sack a face down, you get 4 damage. You do some. You then Immortal Shapeshifter to gain health, get damage, and then you also can use her to gain health and gain more damage. Spirit Gun Mega is one of my new favorite cards in the format. It is a real ass 2-check, to quote the Phil Birch. It just allows us to pick up our attacks out of our discard pile and just pressure, pressure, pressure. Overhead Reversal is probably the second best card in the deck because it allows us to, after we sacrifice a 0, we're able to rebuild it and then re-sacrifice it again, if that's a word, with the other Immortal Shapeshifters. It's really cool, and it's a second throw. She's really good with throws. Rejuvenating Smash is another way to gain health and get card draw. With Ymir frontside, we can play a foundation, build it, and then play Rejuve Smash on a 5. And then since it's our second card we've played this turn, we get to gain 2, draw 2. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to get the momentum currently. Oh yeah, we could technically. It's only during this enhanced step, so no. So we have no way to do it. We may add in some cycle draw, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if it's really worth it or not. Instant Shining Flash, it's a great new addition coming back into the format with the Girl Power reprint. Allows us to string lot longer since we are a deck that just wants to string like 3 to 4 to 5 attacks. This allows us to curb some of that difficulty. Plus it has a nice momentum hate. Pigeon Flock allows us to build in our foundations. One of the key things about this deck is it could turbo foundations. I flipped on turn 2 or I was at 8 on turn 2 almost every time. Like I flipped turn 2 one game, and then I got to 8 and was just missing one other piece. But I found out that flipping on turn 3 is more beneficial than flipping on turn 2, unless your opponent went in on you on turn 2 and you're able to flip on turn 2, and then you can gain all your health back and go in. But it's not really worth it, just because you want to lose some health. Item box, very good. This video's not like an hour long. I'm just going to call out some key foundations. Mortal Shapeshifter, like these 3 foundations right here are key. This Haggler, and I needed another ally card to build in with Pigeon Flock instead of just having Wild Wild Pussycats and Masho Concealment and your Meshes Preservant. So it gives us another target, and plus it allows us to build. So if we attack, we attack, our opponent blocks, we commit this, we build, go to 8, play a foundation, use her front side to go to 9, and then flip. It's a possibility on turn 2 that this makes it very, very consistent. Issue is that going turn 2 isn't really the best. But I will post this in the deck in the description box below. Let me know what you guys think. This is a riff off of on the Discord. His name's Wub, so I believe that's Calvin. So this is a riff off of his deck, so I can't claim it all. I did change a couple cards, like I added Energy Suction and I added Ryukyu Training Agencies, and like Spirit Gun Mega is probably not coming out because we want some more card draw. But if we can get our hands on some Despair, the SR from Attack on Titan, it may go in over Spirit Gun Mega just because it allows us to play attacks on non-prog. So after that, the Friday night, the day of all the pre-releases, they dropped in a functional errata. Much to the surprise of everybody. Like, everyone expected it to happen eventually, but they didn't think it was going to happen the Friday before the pre-release, because traditionally they have released it the day before, the day of set release. So a big one was Berthold. He went to once per turn on his response, so now he's not the, I'm going to clear my card pool in every attack. Smiling Titan, they just fixed her. It's once per turn, Tenacious, so now her response actually works now. And then we got Fortitude of the Armored Titan. It says your rival attacks your rival plays this turn. It just rewords to your rival's attacks get +1 difficulty this turn. It just was worded really bad. They did change Exhausted Slumber finally to -2 to the block mod. They finally changed that. It was +2 for the longest time. Intimidating Command, commit all foundations in both stages, in all stages instead, because it used to say commit all foundations with difficulty 2. That meant you just committed yours, and no one else. You didn't. Yeah, it was just weird. And then functional errata, the Armin out of the Challenger deck has a once per turn now. And then clarifying errata, I believe it's here. Um, they just go over the reminder text for shift, and then they also state that the Challenger deck card should possess the normal symbols, not attuned symbols, which is good. And then this card should possess image shown has been corrected after printed. Okay, so the digital asset had it as something else, but the image is correct on the printed cards. No banned cards, nothing, and then all the character traits, nothing has changed there, I believe. Convention promos, alternate arts. We're just gonna check everything. Reprints. Nope, that's it. So after that, I'm gonna boop. We'll just do Ymir. There we go. So after that came out, Saturday was my pre-release, and it was okay. I got some good hits. My decks weren't the best. I played John in the first pre-release. He was fine. He's gonna be pretty cool, I think, in standard, just because, or spotlight as well, because you're gonna be able to clear a lot more cards on their own. But like I only had like one card that actually cleared itself, during the combat phase to use as a response. But his enhance to give it +3/-3 speed and change the zone is really good. So you can perfect block. You can pretty much get a perfect block off anytime you have momentum, which is really cool. Like I said, I struggled to get momentum because I couldn't clear my cards because I didn't have all the cards that cleared. So that was a pain in the butt. And then the second one, I played Big Mouth Titan because I didn't really want to play Smiling Titan because then I didn't have enough 4 checks to play the giant attack package. And it was fine. That character is also going to be better in standard when you get to just do crazy stuff with your momentum. And that's another really good character with throws because you get 2 damage, and if you are able to find EX attacks, you can get a bunch of speed because you just gain momentum constantly. It's really cool, and being able to cherry pick your best attack or card out of your foundation out of your momentum, it's going to be really good. Be really good in standard because any attacks that go face down, you get to replay them, or if they have a flip effect like Deception Dagger, you get to pick it up and replay it as a form, which is really cool. But yeah, I got a couple of cool cards like Well Orchestrated Attack SR. By the time this video comes out, you will see that I pulled a Mikasa alt art in my pre-release kit. Third one that I posted on the channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, it was a good week overall. It wasn't terrible. So I think the next one of these will be maybe a little bit down the road because we only have locals. I have no other events. But if any news drops, we'll go ahead and do that. But that's pretty much it, everyone. So like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. Also, don't forget about the Gen Con AOT promo giveaway. You have to go on the channel page, find the post, comment on it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll draw a random viewer. A random viewer will win one, and then we'll continue that until I have all of them gone. I believe I have 6, so it's like Connie, 2 Connies, and 1 of everything else except for Aaron, I believe. So other than that, that's it. So until the next video, take care.